भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं उदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना हृदयान्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सताम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भगवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। We are reading from chapter 17, Canto 4, last verse 36. नूनं जनैरितं नूनं जनैर्हितम् ईश्वराणाम् अस्माद्विधैस्तद्गुणा सर्गमायया न ज्ञानयते मोहिता चित्तवर्तमाभिस्तेभ्यो नमो वीर यशस्करेभ्यः। नूनं जनैर्हितम् ईश्वराणाम् अस्मद्विधैस्तद्गुणसर्गमायया न ज्ञायते मोहिता चित्तवर्तनमभिस्तेभ्यो नमो वीरयशस्करेभ्यः। Translation. My dear Lord, I am also the creation of one of your energies, composed of the three modes of material nature. Consequently, I am bewildered by your activities. Even the activities of your devotees cannot be understood, and what to speak of your pastime. Thus, everything appears to us to be contradictory and wonderful. Purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in His various forms and incarnations are always uncommon and wonderful. It is not possible for a tiny human being to estimate the purpose and the plans of such activities. Therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami has said that unless the Lord's activities are accepted as inconceivable, they cannot be explained. The Lord is eternally existing as Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Golaka Vrindavana. He has also simultaneously expanded himself in innumerable forms, beginning with Lord Rama, Lord Narsimha, Lord Varaha, and all the incarnations coming directly from Sankarsana. Sankarsana is the expansion of Baladeva, and Baladeva is the first manifestation of Krishna. Therefore, all these incarnations are known as Kala. The word Ishwaranam refers to all the personalities of Godhead as stated in Brahma Samhita 539. Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyamena Tishtam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is confirmed that all the incarnations are partial expansions or Kala of Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should not take the plural number of the word Ishwaranam to mean that there are many Godheads. The fact is that God is one, but He exists eternally and expands Himself in innumerable forms and acts in various ways. Sometimes the common man is bewildered by all this and considers such activities contradictory. But they are not contradictory. There is a great plan behind all the Lord's activities. For our understanding, it is sometimes said that Lord is situated in the heart of the thief as well as in the heart of the householder, and the super soul in the heart of the thief dictates, goes, and steals things from that particular house. And at the same time, Lord tells the householder, now be careful of thieves and burglars. This instruction to different persons appears contradictory, yet we should know that Super Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has some plan, and we should not consider such activities contradictory. The best course is to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead wholeheartedly, and being protected by Him, remain peaceful. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the fourth canto, 17th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Maharaj Prudu becomes angry at the earth. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to purify myself, and please forgive me for any shortcomings. So we are in the chapter Maharaja Prudu becomes angry at the earth. So we read about how Maharaj Pruthi becomes angry, but last few verses it talks about the Mother Earth offering prayers to pacify the Prutu. So Mother Earth was saying, I am part and parcel of you. You are the creator. How can you kill me? And now you have inconceivable plans and energies. In the previous verses, she's reminding Prudu Maharaj, who is a partial incarnation of Krishna, that you also in a Varaha avatar you protected me that time. Now again you're trying to kill me. So now in this verse is Mother Earth is trying to say to Prudu that if you kill me, the charitable persons will lose fame. So here, and now she's been pleading that yeah, I'm also the creation of your energies, and now I'm bewildered by your activities. Everything what you do is inconceivable and also contradictory and wonderful. So here, Prabhupada explains in the purport, you know. Uh, Human beings have limited knowledge, limited senses, and without it is not possible for a teeny human being to estimate and the purpose and plans of Lord's activities. And unless one accepts Lord's as activities are inconceivable, they cannot be understood. And and Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. There are a lot of incarnations, but Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead, and he can simultaneously explain himself into innumerable forms, different incarnations, and he can be different places at the same time. And the best course to understand, Lord's uh, pastimes or Leela is, one has to be a devotee and surrender wholeheartedly, and then only one can understand, and, being protected by him and also remain peaceful. So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 10, it says that Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajatam Purti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Enamam Upayantite. So, to those who constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So here, Krishna has told in the Bhagavad Gita that if you for a pure devotee, he can give an intelligence, through which one can understand the Lord and also one can go back Godhead. So here the word he says in this verse, Buddhi Yoga, here Buddhi Yoga is um, itself is an action in Krishna consciousness, and that is the highest intelligence. Buddhi means intelligence, yoga means mystic activities. So when one try to go back to Godhead and take fully to Krishna consciousness in devotional service, that action is called Buddhi Yoga. So this using only by practicing Buddhi Yoga or in this process, one can get out of which is the one gets out of the entanglement of this material world. So the ultimate goal of progress is Krishna. So people don't know this, therefore association of devotees and bona fide spiritual master are important. So one should know that our goal is Krishna. When the goal is assigned, and then the path is slowly but progressively traversed, and the ultimate goal is achieved. But when the person knows their goal of life, but is addicted to the fruits of the activities, then is considered to be acting in the karma yoga. But when one knows the goal is Krishna, but he takes pleasure in mental speculation to understand Krishna, then he's acting in a Jnana Yoga. And So when one knows the goal and seek Krishna completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, then is called that he is acting in a bhakti yoga or bhakti yoga, which is the complete yoga. This complete yoga is the highest perfectional stage of life. And coming to Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, third chapter, 28, that verse, Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. So here Krishna says that all incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on the planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the atheists. So So here it mentioned that Lord Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, is distinguished from the other incarnation. Sometimes people count him amongst the avatars, but he is the avatari, so because who is the cause of all the incarnations. And out of his causeless mercy, Lord descends from his transcendental abode, and um, and is this different portions are or plenary portions are directly or indirectly empowered by him descend to this material world to execute specific function. So but it's not easy for us to understand why Krishna comes in a different forms or avatars, and there is always multiple reasons or why Krishna descends or comes into his one of these avatars. And also, they give an example that, when Lord appears in these incarnations, they display some, uh, what you call, all of these powers are not fully manifested. So here in the purport, Prabhupada was mentioning about Lord Narsimha, when the Lord Narsimhadev appears, to kill the powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was so powerful, even the demigods in the planet would simply tremble and unfavorable, even raising up his eyebrow. So still they're afraid of Hiranyakashipu. They can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even that Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of Lord Narsimha, and this means that anyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of Lord's nails. So when after killing of the Hiranyakashipu, when we see the Ugra Narasimha form, so nobody is no demigod able to go and pacify the Lord Narasimha, and then they requested Lakshmi Devi to go and pacify, and Lakshmi Devi also says, I have never seen this uh, you know fearful or Narsimha in the Lord. So she cannot said, I cannot even go, and only Prahlad Maharaj, being only 5 years old, he can go and pacify Lord Narsimha Dev. So yeah, it's not easy to understand, Lord's pastimes, and there is another pastime where the Anandamoya Prabhu was, giving the references, Krishna's how Krishna delivers King Muchukunda from his austerity. And so he arranged that such a way that, first Kala Yavana should come before him. That is the way of activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he does one thing in such a way that, many other purposes are served. So he wanted to deliver King Muchukunda, who was sleeping in the cave. At the same time, he wanted to kill Kala Yavana, who had attacked. So here, so Lord Krishna caused Muchukunda to kill the Kalayavana with his harsh glance. And it also relates that, the Leela, how it happened. Muchukunda and Lord Krishna. So here in the past time, after placing the family members safely, within the Dwaraka, Sri Krishna went out of the Madura. He appeared like the rising moon. Kalayavana saw that Krishna's brilliant, effulgent, bodily match Narada's description of the Lord. Yavana knew that he was the personality of Godhead, but seeing that Lord carried no weapons, Kalayavana put his own weapons aside and ran towards him from behind, wanting to fight with Krishna. Krishna ran from Yavana, staying, just barely beyond Kalayavana's grasp at every step and eventually leading him, long distance towards a mountain cave. As Kalayavana ran, he hurled insults at the Lord, but he could not, grasp him, since his stock of impious karma was not yet depleted. Sri Krishna entered the cave, whereupon, Kalayavana followed after him and saw a man lying on the ground. Taking him for Sri Krishna, Kalayavana kicked him. The man had been sleeping for a very long time, but now having been violently awakened, he looked around angrily in all directions and saw Kalayavana. The man started harshly at him, igniting a fire in Kalayavana's body and in a moment burning him to ashes. So, so this extraordinary person was son of Mandata named Muchkunda. So here it tells that, this is one example where, when Krishna does some acts, it's not easy to understand. He wanted to do multiple things and at one event. So that's how, Muchkunda and Kalayavana both are, uh, uh, yeah, both are taken care by Krishna in that past time. So here, so in the last verse, it talks about, the Mother Earth is, pleading, Prudu Maharaj, I am also creation of your energies, and I offer respect to you. And if you are not merciful to me, the fame of charitable persons will be lost. And your activities are, inconceivable for us, and um, it's also contradictory and wonderful. I think tomorrow we'll have a summary of this chapter. With this, I can conclude. Please forgive me for any shortcomings.